Hey there, this is Dr. Evan Osar, developer of the Integrative Movement System and author of the recently released The psoas Solution. In this three-part video series of Integrative Movement Insider, we're discussing core stabilization and how we help our clients develop a more optimal core stabilization strategy. Recall from video 1, so if you missed video 1, check it out before watching this video. Recall from video 1, we discussed how we help our clients develop a more optimal core stabilization strategy. And in particular, one of the key concepts is developing and being able to use a low-level strategy, so a strategy that is needed and required for the majority of activities of everyday life. So standing, sitting, walking, breathing, rotating, bending. All those positions and movements require stabilization of our core. However, we shouldn't need a lot of bracing during those patterns. However, we also need bracing for higher level activities. So lifting a heavy box, for example, and or producing or reducing momentum and force. The challenge for majority of our general population clients, especially the ones that are experiencing chronic tightness and or discomfort, is they start to preferentially use a high level strategy even for lower level activities. Meaning they start bracing and creating a lot of myofascial gripping around their core for low-level activities. And that's often why they complain about chronic tightness. I feel tight all the time. I need to foam roll all the time. I need to stretch all the time. I need to go to my chiropractic, massage therapist, or physical therapist to get them to release me. Because they're overusing their superficial muscles so much for support. So one of the strategies, one of the most important strategies we use with our clients is to help them develop a more optimal low-level strategy. Because when we do a good job with that, when we do a good job with alignment, breathing, and control, we help them develop the strategy that they ultimately need for those higher level tasks and exercises. Because ultimately in those higher level tasks and exercises, all they're doing is using the same strategy and just layering on more muscle activity as it's needed for that activity and or exercise. So in this video here, I'm going to discuss one of the patterns and demonstrate one of the patterns we use with our clients, because this really helps them develop from a lower level position. So prone, supine, side lying, quadruped, kneeling, supported positions, that alignment, breathing, and control that they need, and ultimately that they'll take into those higher level progressions. So this is a progression from the happy baby supported position. So where you're lying on the back, supine, with the feet up against the wall. And what we're trying to do here is teach our clients how to dissociate their arms and move their arms independent of their thorax while maintaining alignment and control of the thoraco-pelvic cylinder. Great pattern to develop anterior core stability, because as the arms go overhead, the abdominal wall should be maintaining the ribcage position over top of the pelvis and not allowing the spine to go into hyperextension. So here's how this pattern looks. So we've already taught our clients happy baby supported breathing. Now we'll have them go into the dumbbell pullover position from the happy baby position. So we'll have our clients lie on their back, support their head, so their head and neck are in the best alignment with the thoraco-pelvic cylinder. They grasp the dumbbell, place it over top of their chest. They're going to breathe in this position, and as they breathe out, they bring their arms overhead. Breathing in to bring the weight back over the chest, and then breathing out as their arms go overhead. Breathing in, and then breathing out. So that way they learn to dissociate the shoulders from the chest and thorax. And breathing out. And if they're doing this properly, they should feel it in their core depending on the weight they're using. But the goal is really just to create movement of the extremities without movement of the trunk. So we should not see them go into extension here and then flexion here. And that's what many of our clients are doing because they do not have a great strategy and they're using a weight that's too heavy. So make sure that your client is using a weight and using a strategy that allows them to maintain alignment of that thoraco-pelvic cylinder throughout the pattern. I hope that helped explain what a low-level strategy means and how to help your clients develop both the low-level strategy as well as a higher-level strategy, or start to make the transition from the low-level strategy into a higher-level strategy. In the next video, video 3 of this series, we'll look at how do you then transition your clients into that higher-level strategy. And remember, it's really set up by what you do in the lower-level progressions. And that's why it's so important, and we focus so much attention on the lower level progressions, because that's ultimately the strategy they're going to use when they get to the higher level patterns. This is Dr. Evan Osar. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time.